This is going to sound a little bit ridiculous, but I'm going to do a quick video on walls in PUBG. I was watching back some of my clips, and I started noticing a theme. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play this clip of a three-man that I did, and then I'm going to go back and talk about it. Okay, I'm going to reverse up now. So, for context, this is the actual little village near fishing camp. That's a hot drop that people like to go to. And the team I was with, they the plane started flying. They didn't. There were three teammates on Discord together. They didn't communicate a thing, and they just started jumping. I didn't realize till like 5 6 seconds later, and then I jumped out of the plane, turned around midair to try and join them here. So they'd already landed, got their loot, and they started fighting these guys. And at this point, as you can see, two of them have been, two of them are already dead and flushed, and the other guy's still alive. I've just got my loot. I don't have a helmet. I've just picked up a barrel with a vert on it, nothing else. And I'm just going to go and join it. So now at this stage, I can see that I'm running to try and help him, and he's been knocked. So I know it's over basically. So now I'm just playing. I'm playing solo. I'm just not thinking. My mouth's wide open. I'm just sprinting. I don't exactly know what I'm running into, but I'm just going to go in that direction to see what I can do. I'm running in the wide open. All I do is I look left here just to see if there are any enemies that are going to shoot me as I'm crossing this open space. Now, what I'm instinctively doing though is I'm running to this wall and I'm going to hug it. Um, you're doing this. I think all players do this after you've played for a while. You sort of instinctively use walls like this. But the reason I'm doing this video is because this wall allowed me to insert myself right into the heart of where these three were and kill them all just because of this wall. So I'm running along here. Now, I hear the guy on the left there. He's about to jump into the window. Now, he hears me, and he's probably relaying that information to his two teammates. I can see the one there in the middle. He's running away from the wall at the moment, and another player has just gone inside the warehouse up ahead there. See, now either this guy heard me or his teammate told him there's a guy running on the wall and has pointed it. He's now decided to stop and turn around and run towards the wall. Now, obviously, this wall has a big chunk missing from it, and he realizes that I am going to get to that point before he is. So he's in no man's land now. I think he maybe wanted to try to run to the end of the wall, which is one of the points I want to cover. If you actually get to the end of a wall before a player, they're as good as dead. So it's always about, it's important to know that about a wall is to, you do it instinctively in games, but uh, by actually sort of highlighting it and bringing it to an actual thought rather than something you're doing instinctively, it'll change the way you play and land in compounds like this fishing camp, like Pachinki, which has walls. Any compound or village that has walls. When you land, you should get your weapon. Have a as you're landing pick up information about where enemies are, what house they're in, and then use that information to go and hit a wall. If you know an enemy's in the building 2 doors down and there's a wall going between the buildings, go and hug the wall. And I would also say that hug the wall, because right now this guy here that's on the screen, he doesn't know exactly where I am. He can certainly hear me, but I've got full view of precisely where he is because I've got the TPP advantage. So hug a wall, use it. A wall can insert you right into the thick of the action completely safely, because you can only be killed by somebody at the end of a wall, either side of it. So you've got less to worry about. I don't have to worry about anything on my right. It's a hot drop. No one's landing in the fields there. They wouldn't have a weapon if they did. I'm only concerned. I've ran from the beginning of the wall, so I know there's no one behind me right now. And all I need to do is just focus on this part of the wall here. So it enables me to play more effectively. These guys don't have that same luxury, which I'll come on in a second. So at the moment, it's a battle for this segment of the wall. He knows he can't get to the end of the wall, and obviously I wreck it because I know precisely where he is. I can almost pre-fire it. He's dead, no chance. Now I'm checking to see where that guy is. I did hear the window break, so I know he's gone inside, but I'm just checking to see if he's trying to shoot me out of the window or he's going to bolt out, so I'm constantly checking that. Now I know there's one other guy in the warehouse. Now, what I do here, it's not because I thought tactically to do it, but because I was just a bloodlust. I was just mouth wide open. I just want to kill everything, smash everything. So I try and flush him, but by him crawling out of the way was actually quite good, because I've tried to flush him and it's now forced his teammate to come out and try and save him. Now, we're both going to be waving our dicks at it, holding our dicks and waving them at each other now. We're taking shots. We're both in cover. Nobody's going to get hit. So there's a bit of dick waving. But another point to mention, as well as walls, obviously, is I wouldn't just always try to instantly try and flush the player. Like, damage them a bit, make them think that you're trying to flush them, to bait a teammate out to try and kill them. Don't always be going for the flush straight away. Again, checking to see if that guy's bolted. Now, that's the sound of a VSS that's actually hitting this guy behind the tree. So it's forcing him now to not be hiding behind the tree. So he's now in the wide open and he's also backing up backwards too. What he should have done, he should have realized it's untenable here. He should have turned and sprinted. When you're running backwards, you're going at a very slow pace. He probably has put an angle between the VSS guy and him using the tree, but yeah, I think this brings me back to walls again. Picking the cover that you're going to use. A tree's fine, but you're nadeable. He wouldn't be able to nade me behind the wall because you'd have to cook it. You'd have to throw it so it explodes just as it reaches the point of the wall. It's an extremely difficult thing to do. So choice of cover is also really key. Obviously, he's in the wide open, moving slowly. I can see him perfectly because of the TPP angle. He's got no chance. Now, what happens next is this pussy that's in the building that's just let all this happen, not helping his teammates. This guy has now, the player that's knocked, has started to crawl back down to the left here towards the window that guy's gone in. And so obviously he's communicating to his guy, look, I've crawled down, try and res me. But again, I'm hugging the wall, TPP, I can see precisely where he is. I tried to damage him here, but he'd run away from it. It's a tight angle. But I just saw the player who's crawled along, so I know what they're trying to do. Now, all I have to do now, go to the end of the wall. I'm dictating. I've got full TPP advantage. Although I didn't really care about that too much anyway. I could have TPP'd and said precisely where he was, but I just knew I could swing and kill him. So there's an example of why walls are great. They can insert you into the thick of the action. with pretty good security. You're very safe. You've got full TPP advantage, and no one can do anything about it. So what I'm going to be doing in the future is when I'm hot dropping or just dropping in general, and you know there's another team there, is roughly where they are. I'll get my gun. I will find myself a wall and start walling my way towards them. I'll show you another one. So this is on Miramar. Again, another 3-man. I got recalled, and so I've just got my weapons. He said he's got a player on him, so I'm going to try and help him. So again, I hear some footsteps as I'm coming out. Now, what was hyper confusing here is the footsteps. I can see my players, sign through the wall there, and the footsteps of the enemy perfectly line up with the direction he's running in. So, but either way, I've got a wall here. I'm hugging it. Full TPP advantage. And again, really easy kill. Unfortunately, my friend also got knocked by a player who was in the garage there.
Give them just inside with me.
Okay. Now, he's marked in blue where the enemy was. Now, this is a little bit reckless because he could be TPPing me here, but I decide just to gun it. I'm the last man standing.
In the garage bay, he was just peeking out.
Now I just hear a footstep on my left, and there's another player from their team. I'm actually quite relaxed because I've got full TPP angle of him. He doesn't know exactly where I am. So, but I know the key thing here is I've got to run left now to be the first player at the end of the wall. That's, as I said before, being the first player at the end of the wall is guaranteed to win the fight. So I realise that, and I'm here. Now he hears me. He knows he's stuck in no man's land, and he tries to pre-fire because I sprinted but stopped. And I noticed he's reloading, but the fact he'd stopped, I was going to just shoot anyway. Another easy kill. And again, it's all about fighting who wins the race to the end of the wall. Now, I see a player jump there, and I'd already started reloading. So obviously, I panic. I have to run away now. And again, I take corner of a wall, full TPP advantage, and this idiot just pushes blindly. I don't really know what he was hoping to achieve there. Next one. Again, as I said, I'm seeing it as a theme. If I pick... This one's a squad wipe. So I hear a car coming now. Car coming. And again, wasn't thinking about it, just instinctively run to the wall, get to the end of it. Get enough. Now I realise, so I've dealt with that. I don't think anyone's going to push that end of the wall, and I'll just back up a second. There, I see this player here, the top of his head, obviously. He can obviously see me too. But he attempts to vault the wall for some reason, whereas I instinctively just go, right, I'm going to get to the end of the wall. See that? I don't know if you could see it, but he was just, for some reason, attempting to vault. But I recognise that instinctively, get to the end of the wall, and I'm there before him. And I see I'm crouching, just instinctively, but I don't think he can see that I've got to the end of this wall yet. I don't know. Actually, he was vaulting. He would have known it. But I made the decision to do it earlier than he did. So now I've already ADS'd and I'm about. And so now, interestingly, that other player has popped out the end of that wall. So this is a 50-50. And I just about won it. And now I've got information, two knocked, actually 3 knocks, I've knocked the other guy as well. But I can see that there's a player standing. Now, I'm on 1 HP. I don't think I can win that fight, so I back off, but I'm crawling. So he can't TPP see me, I don't think, because I'm closer to the wall than he is. And again, brings back to hugging that wall. He doesn't know exactly where I am. If he did, he'd probably he would have gone where that other player was by the car and crossed the wall there. He would have had an easy kill on me. Hugging walls, crouching if they're low walls like this, because if you're standing, you can see. So that's another important thing. Now I just bail away here just to heal. He manages to knock my teammate. And as soon as I'm healed, I know I've made the decision now, I'm going to completely sort of wrap around, change angles, but use a wall to kill him. Now here, I can see precisely where he is. I'm just going to gun it to that tiny section of the wall at the end, but stop immediately. So now he doesn't know, am I going to swing left or right? But he's in the wide open. I've got perfect choice. Again, the power of an end of a wall, especially one like that, he just had no chance. Now, he'd knocked the player on the right. Yeah, what could he have done differently? He could have ran to the end of the wall to get more info to see what was going on. He was staying in the open near to his car. Again, hug a wall, get to the end of it, get info, see what you can do. Use TPP to your advantage. Another one. It's the Pachinki one. Where is it? Yeah, I was looking at this the other day. I'll skip this one. This one's I'm in the open. I get an easy kill on that one. That's not what I'm interested in. It's this one here. So Daddy-O's pushing. Let me just turn this volume down a bit. Oh no, I'll leave it because you want to hear footsteps. So Daddy-O's gunning it across. I see a player there on the left, and I'm going to use the end of this wall for cover. Right, Daddy-O's got knocked. So I know the player on the left is now in taking cover himself. He's not really a threat. You can see there's two people here. I'm just going to try and get to this wall over here. Which I do. And again, the power of a wall, full TPP angle. I can see the guys being rezzed. The replay's bugged a bit. It's Chicken Winger looks like he's not Knock still here, but he isn't because I get the. You can't see it there, but that again, he got re-knocked. Now I saw the player. He's firing some shots at me now. The player that's still standing. Yeah, a few sort of warning shots, and I see him go to the right. And then I realize now that, he must be wrapping around and coming to the end of this wall. So this fight is now about the end of the wall where that tree is. He doesn't gun it. What he should have done was full sprint it to that wall. He would have beat me. He would have killed me easily. But we both kind of creep. So we don't want the other player to know we're doing it, but we're doing it. Now I hear his footsteps, so I know he's gone for it now. So, but he crucially kind of pauses here because maybe he heard my footsteps. I'm not sure, but I get to the end of the wall before he does, and I had a TPP advantage on him as well. So again, working a wall, getting to the end of a wall, and hugging it closely. These are all things that I'm going to be doing when I'm doing my drops from now on.